All right, good morning and welcome to the Anarchy Trading live London session. I think it's it's not even morning anymore. It's afternoon for me, hopefully morning for you. I tell you what, yesterday was an absolutely crazy day for the markets. My word, if you were in the wrong direction, you lost everything, and if you were in the right direction, you made a bunch of money. Um, Particularly yesterday was a perfect example of why exactly I do not trade the news. And we're going to take a look at why that is. Just if we just go over here to the daily, let's take this, check this candle out. This one candle yesterday, and goodness, actually, let's go look at it on the 5 minute because it's even more impressive. One 5 minute candle. So yesterday we were just trading this little stuff down here, and it goes all the way uh, uh all the way, yeah, so essentially like 600 points in one direction. Unbelievable. A lot of people, if you follow Twitter or anything, a lot of people going, "Oh, I called it." No, it's pure luck, right? Like pure manipulation. Our economy sucks right now, and the fact that they're saying we've had Powell going, "Oh, we might not we might not lower it, we might not be able to lower stop our rate increases for interest rates because it's inflation," and then they do this. Like to anyone who tells me that the markets are not tells me that the markets aren't manipulated, you're lying. Of course they're manipulated. And your job is just to be able to suck a little bit of money off the manipulated markets to make money as a retail day trader. That's all you're trying to do. So anyway, let's go check. We just had some news here for pound CPI year on year. Didn't seem to really affect DAX much when I was taking a look at it. We've got some other little yellow folders, but honestly not much. And then another big day at 8:30 for USD with the core PPI numbers. So my word, I mean, tell you, who knows what's going on? It's hard to know which way this market is going. Like I feel like we could be due for a pullback of some sort. But after that, who wants to short that? So we're gonna have to take some looks. We're gonna have to see what the market shows us today. But my word, some crazy, crazy moves. Yesterday was a good day for us. If you were there trading with us yesterday, you would have saw that we made another, I don't know, we did 0.7%, essentially 0.75%. So we are now finally got this phase two challenge account that we're doing back up to break even. Already passed phase one over a course of about 6, 7 weeks. And then yeah, had our first losing week last week. My first losing week in like 7 weeks. So no big deal. The data is certainly showing I'm not been trading DAX very well, but I'm hoping that that is going to change here. No, why it's not coming up? I don't know. It's still loading. Anyway, it doesn't really matter. Point is, we made some good. Let's see what we can do today. So let's go to our charts. Let's start with US 30. And we've got about 8 minutes before market open. So we're going to go through this pretty quickly. But kind of what I typically do here is the same as always. What we're going to do is we're going to mark out our daily levels first. So equal tops there. So maybe we can equal, so that's the low of day. And then if it goes above that, where could it go? High of whatever day that was. Don't really care what day it is, so I'm not even going to look, and keep going. High of that day. And then after that, it's pretty much free reign until up here. But for now, probably put it somewhere like right here because we have the close, open, close, wicks, wicks, somewhere like there, right? And if it goes below it, where could we go? I would pick this level because we have wick, wick, wick. And then if it keeps going, where could we go? Probably somewhere down here where we have all these open and closes and wicks over here. And finally, one would just be half of that candle, which somewhere right around there. That's all we need for today. So let's go to the 1 hour, see if we can find some better spots to put these lines. Honestly, pretty good. There's that one. That one's pretty good. This one, take those tops there. There, there. Okay, I like it. I like it. So looking at this on the hourly, like we just after such a big move, it may be a hard day to trade this because we just like where's price gonna go? It's been such a big move. You feel like maybe it's gonna retrace, but this much going up, could it just keep going? Yeah, absolutely. So let's see. Probably some hourly support there. Let's drop to the 5. Okay, so that's one area right there. We could have another one. As I said, I actually had this marked out previously where if we break this, maybe come up, retest after, like we could short this. This is an interesting level to me. So perhaps we were able to short. It's gonna have to. It's bounced off here 3 times at essentially the 34 and 930 range. So who knows what's gonna happen. If it drops though, we do have a nice target down here, essentially the 200. With these wicks over here, open up day, which I think are open today. I don't know whether or not it wasn't. It was a big gap down. This was day that open was somewhere like right around there, I think. Yeah, right there. Okay, all we need there. So let's move on to DAX. See what we do with DAX. You know, for all intents and purposes, it seems like it shouldn't be as affected as much by the U.S. But let's be honest, everything is affected by the US, whether you like it or not. So it kind of moved in tandem. Big push up on it as well. Again, I'm not even bothered talking through this because you know what I'm doing already. And honestly, at this point, these lines are just a crapshoot after yesterday's move. It may take a couple days for things to cool down a little bit before I figure out really what's going on. Because, yeah, we just don't have much. Okay, like that, like that, like that, like that, like that. And if we wanted to, we could throw in more in on top of that. Okay. And then hourly, I don't even see much, so we'll just go down to the 5 and see what we have. Yeah, a lot of consolidation. We do have an uptrend, kind of the better of an uptrend than we do have on Dow. So somewhere like, you know, something like that, right? Maybe head and shoulders here forming. If it comes under here, that could be an interesting short for going along. If we want to get aggressive, we possibly could go here. But be warned, like, we do have this rejection right up here, so could be a bit risky. And then if it keeps going, probably down here, be next level. So I think and then above it, we just really don't have anything until we get to these other points. So right now we're just gonna watch and wait. Uh, let's get both of our thing. Let's get US 30 on the left. German 40 on the right. Let me know how the quality is. I tried to increase my quality of the stream yesterday. I think it worked when I checked, but if it didn't, feel free to call me out in the comments and we'll see if I can adjust it even further. But I think we're at least streaming at 1080p now, which should help. All right, let's take it. Sometimes I don't know, Trading View doesn't always load. There we go. Okay. So 15, 15, and you can see, oh, well, that's because we're looking at the same one. Okay. Not exactly the same, but pretty dang close. So those are the 15 minutes. This is 5 minutes. So as I said, we kind of had this big range here. So I would say we've tested this 3 times. I'd love to see this possibly now. Oh, right. Market open. So now we just sit back, sit back and see what price does for us today. I would love to see a big drop down, but at this point, we'll have to wait and see. As I said, don't trade market open. I'm actually trying to wait longer. I really need to dive down. I'm thinking of getting a few months subscription to TradeZella because I believe with TradeZella, it's a journaling software. It'll actually show you like break down your times even more. And I could do it manually, but it also shows you like how much you left on the table after you close the trade and stuff, which I would find really interesting because right now my brother and I have been talking about how much we leave on the table. Because, for instance, yesterday when I closed my trade way down here, like if I just left it open, we would have gotten all of that. Could have also blown our account if it gone the other way. So again, I don't trade news, but if you let's say like it was already in, you're already in profit. Do you leave a little bit running? We've talked about maybe not for news events, but in that you've seen it other times when I've been trading as well, where we close it and then for the rest of the afternoon, like here, it just keeps going up. So maybe we leave a runner going. I don't know. We've been experimenting and talking about if we're leaving too much on the table because I do tend to scalp heavily, right? And even if it hits 2R or even 1R sometimes, I'm out. So I'm trying to really, it's worked for me so far, and it's been kind of my style, but I'm trying to wonder maybe I need to try to at least maybe close 80%, let 20% run or something. So still experiment, trying to think about that, trying to run some analytics and figure it out. As I said, a lot of what I do trading is based off of statistics and analytics, not just, feel. I actually want to know the data. So trying to get better data and really dive into my trading, ChatGPT, using ChatGPT sometimes is helpful, but ChatGPT isn't really able to pull lifetime stock data and stuff or indice data. So I'd really like some way to do that. And it's interesting right now, if you notice, the Dow is currently moving in the opposite direction of DAX. We've got DAX trying to break down, Dow trying to push up. Have a bit of a base here that we were created with definitely a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We got like 8 wicks down there. Crazy. So without breaking down though, I'm curious, especially this push up, maybe we swept a little bit of liquidity. Now we're pushing down. Be interested to see if we can close down here within the next 3 or 4 or 5 minutes, push up and then go back down short. Especially I'd also like to see that with Dow. Like if we can, Dow had this big push now, if we can reject, start pushing down, I think we need to cool off a little bit, but I absolutely could be, I mean, I didn't know the RSI could go this high, but crazy 91 or something, like just insane. So it was a big move, a historic move in my trading career, which it's short. It's short. I've only been trading for what, 2 years, but still a huge move there. And so many people lost their accounts, which is why I never trade news. I don't care. 50% of the time, you may feel like a genius and make out really well, but that other 15% of the time, you could blow your entire account or go in the hole and owe money. Like that's possible. So it's just not worth it. All right. So again, DAX indecision, just really going up and down, not much. Let me pull up. Yeah, Dow's really shooting up, but not much we can do. Like we could consider possibly going long somewhere like, but I don't like these candles here. So to me, not really. We'll have to wait and see. But right now it's fine. DAX lagging behind for sure. Be interested to see if DAX can pop out or it's just going to consolidate here before dropping down. So first 5 minutes done. Nothing really much. Dow, though, really, really big mover there. DAX could follow, but the problem with Dow is I don't like this area up here where we've been rejected a lot. So I'm not really going to trade. Like if we came back down, but again, it's just not enough of a retracement. Like I want to see it come down half of this candle first. So if it did come down, like almost touch the 9, then we see it turn green, but then my stop loss has to be down here. Uh, so Dow is just drinking rocket fuel. Honestly, same for DAX. Can't really trade anything yet because it opened up here. So it opened up here, it rejected it. I would need to see a deeper pullback here first and then a continuation up. Right now, we're not seeing that. And we're also getting close to the equal, getting close to these highs up here. I'll admit being this high, well, I want to short it. Retail, honestly, is heavily shorting the Dow, which makes me think that I probably won't. Like, if you check this out. Retail, 71% short on US 30. Now, admittedly, they agree with institution, but clearly something's going on. And this is not updated COT data because I think it only updates weekly. And so it's not updated after this big move and everything. So I'm anticipating that we'll see something else different in the future. So again, just waiting here. Nothing, nothing. I mean, this is just bad trade. I mean, consolidation, big candle down, big candle, but bigger candle down, back up. Like we're just consolidating right now, which after that big a move would make sense. But I am interested if we can get a move up above here, retest. We could definitely go bullish today, and I'd be willing to go in long because after that, like, why I wouldn't be trying to short it unless something shows me that we're going to get a bit of retracement, which I do think we're due for. Why do my charts so what's wrong with Presto and why do my charts seem to be frozen? This is irritating. Okay, do I have to switch over to a different broker? We're clearly not updating. Okay, now it looks like they're updating. Maybe I just need to show it who was boss there. Okay, so now a break up here. Uh, German DAX is breaking up. Again, there's no way to catch this. I can't get in this without like we had a little pullback in the middle, but I wasn't gonna take it long. There was just no way to get in there. And then maybe we could have if it was actually working, but it never did pull back below here, which is what I was waiting for. It just opened up ignited. So that's a nice rejection. So now if we see it break down here, I may be getting in short. I'll admit that big of move. Still don't know why it's not making sounds, but not in yet. still being patient here, but big rejection. That's why we don't buy at the top. Because this essentially could be a retest, and then we start poking back up, right? So again, I'm yeah, no, I'm not even gonna short it. Like that's me just with FOMO. Because yeah, I could get in here, but that would really just be a retest to go long, not a reason to go short. Although I do think with that rejection, we are going to go short. So let's just wait and be patient. A move will come to us eventually. Way I could consider going short this if this comes down, closes maybe here, then we come back up and reject it, then we could consider possibly going short, but I'm not in a rush to jump in here right now. Like I've been getting in trouble jumping in. Usually my first trade's failing and then I'm finally getting successful, which is making me think that maybe I'm just entering too early after market open. So I just want to see things move. This was a big push up, kind of a fake out. I would love to now see this push down. Got a lot of consolidation though here that's going to have to break through, and we do have this trend line giving and providing support. So I'd like to see it break below the trend line first. Because yeah, check this out. Are we going long? Are we going short? Who knows? Those are two big wicked wicks going in both directions. And now we're going the opposite way. Hi. Dang. And yeah, it's really tempting for me to try to like get in DAX here or Dow, I mean, but rejection, 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 rejection. So we've rejected here. Now we're going back up, but we rejected initially. So you definitely want, if I'd gone short, we would have been toast and now just flying long. So, anyways, crazy day in the market. And if you don't know what the market's doing, look, nothing says we have to trade today. So I'm just waiting. I'm still feeling that we potentially are going to go short, but not by the looks of this. So if anything, now we've broken through. So now we could be looking for a going long. If it comes back to this red box, shows some momentum, then we could consider getting in long. But right now, just incredible volume. Like, what is this? Yeah, 31 pips. Crazy. So again, I do like the looks of this for long, but we're going right into this hourly resistance, so I don't feel like trying to trade into that. I'm here for high probability setups, not mediocre ones. Dow, DAX flying high. So yeah, I'm looking for a pullback now. Then the next, we'll probably, it's a long ways, but we could guess so many times I've seen it. May take a few candles, but within the next minute now, where is this going to close? Could we see this close? If we see it close, I'd love to see it close. Maybe right here. Come down, retest, we pick it up, and then we try to take it to the top of that candle. But the fact is, our stop loss, like realistically, where would your stop loss be? Like price action says it has to be down here. So like that's a huge stop loss. So then you have to start thinking, do I put a tighter stop loss? But if you put a tighter stop loss, our profit target's gonna have to be way above. So who knows? It's a really big candle to try to buy. And let's see where we close because we're almost closing below the line. We're not, but like these are two big wicks. Shouldn't matter too much. But let's see where we close now. Ah, it's not even gonna give me. I just want it to come down more. Just want it to come down here and then go up. Did gap down, but let's see. It may push up, come back down, then go back up. But yeah, screw it. Not even gonna try. I mean, honestly, technically, we could have possibly bought right here, but this is kind of lower low here compared to up here. This is a lower high, and then we had it rejected it, so we really couldn't do much here. Was waiting for a pullback we get, but then it was too deep of a pullback. But then when it turned color, I probably should have been willing right there to get in, and that would have been just a great trade. But I don't like the looks of all this garbage over here to the left, so I'm not gonna worry about it too much. Still keeping an eye on Dow. Dow's trying to break out here. Almost the equal high here. That DAX, yeah, just considering continuing to fly high. But what goes up must come down. Still just haven't seen an opportunity to get in. I want to see this cool off. I want to see a couple red candles come down, and then we get to pick it up long. Dow rejecting. So we've tried to push, but we're still rejecting this hourly resistance here. DAX most certainly not rejecting, but I would love to see this push down now. So 1 minute till close. This can, I would like to close it. Close here. Close right about here. Push, come down, test, momentum, and then we can get in on this bad boy. But right now, it's not going to give us an opportunity. Kind of chopping up here for a couple of last 3 or 4 minutes. Moved really big there for a while. Now we're kind of just chopping up here. So let's see where we close in the next 30 seconds. Wish they could bring it back down. I'd like to see it come there. So if it came here, I would like to see it come down here. Then come up. Maybe a little bounce back down, and then we start trying to get back up on a bigger leg. So that's what I'd like to see. Let's see what happens. 3 seconds left. DAX, the Dow's still rejecting. DAX up here. Let's see how we open. And of course, it's still opening up green. My word. It's tempting to want to just get long in here, but there's no point. We need to wait for it to cool off, come back to us. We're already now above 70 on the RSI, which is when I try not to buy over 70. Dow keeps getting rejected. So who knows? Let's see. But I also want to be cautious of a fake out. Like Dow could poke up, just come up here to like, and then shoot back down for coming down to low of day. So right now, it really hasn't even broken high of day yet. So still just waiting. No trade developed yet. It's hard sometimes when you see these candles move big movements and stuff, but you just got to be patient. So now we're having tweezer tops form up here, which coincide with these wicks, which coincide with these, which coincides with these. So yeah, right now, again, we're just sitting on our hands. So we're gonna pull back on DAX. So we just need to keep an eye on this and decide if we're gonna get in. So what I need to see for this, if it comes all the way down here, I'd like to see maybe come down 2 candles because if just one candle comes slamming down here, like now we're going, is it going short? I don't know. But I'm still waiting. So we're gonna still wait, see what happens, see if we can get a bit more of a pullback. Gonna need to see it slow down and then see if we can get some momentum continuing up. This is a nice pullback. What we want to avoid is getting in too early on the pullback. Because we expect price to come back at least to test the 9 possibly. So we don't want to get into uber early, but we don't want to get in late either. Still just waiting and watching, waiting to see what will transpire here. Market's been very erratic. So we got 1 minute left on this candle. So curious. Okay, let's see where the 15s are. Yeah, trying to push. Still hasn't pushed here. DAX, definitely trying to. I'm just worried that we're going to keep coming down first. I'm worried that it's a bit too early, like it's just not down far enough, right? That's half of this candle, which we would anticipate to see. But Dow is getting rejected, and DAX, like, we're going to need to see something. Let's see where it comes in the next next few candles. We don't need to trade today if we don't get anything good, but let's see where this candle closes. It's just probably could have gotten in, but didn't come down far enough for me. It really didn't. Like I wanted to see it come down here. Like if this can come down a bit more, this is why we didn't get in. If it can come a bit more, then maybe we'll get in. But right now, it's just not. We need to see it come down farther. At least come down to the 9. Cool off. Now this is also going to be a big red candle too, so we might need to see some more confirmation getting in long. But I mean, everything's still showing me that we should be going in long. But yeah, I want to see it come down. Come down a little farther. DAX still rejecting. Dow still rejecting. Consolidating a bit, pretty much just consolidating the last 4 or 5 minutes, just sitting there. This is what I'd like to see on Dow, on DAX though. So if we can get DAX next, so I would like to see it come down a little bit more, test the 9, maybe even close down here before we then start seeing stuff, or close like right where it is essentially, and then keep turning around. But right now, we just need to keep monitoring here. So this is definitely also going to be about 50% of this move. So we would expect price to come down here. Now we're getting a bit of reverse. So depending, it's pretty much come down far enough where I'd be willing to get in, depending on what price does. But we just need to wait and see here. Need to be patient. All right, we're in long. Let's see if that was premature. But I like the looks. So we did come down to the 9. Should my stop loss be farther? Probably, but it wasn't. So let's wait and see. See if it was too early. Indeed, it was too early. Dang. Just not quite patient enough, huh? Wow, barely kissed our stop loss. Or I'd say almost kissed our stop loss. Did not. Let's see where we eh. Let's see where we close this bad boy. That was a nice rejection a second time. So let's see where we close in the next 30 seconds. It could just push back down, but we've rejected this now a couple times. So let's see now where we close. And now it's coming back down, right? So who knows? 18 seconds left. Kind of just in the middle there. 8 seconds left. Closing it halfway. All right, opening up green. Gapped up. Hey, we push on out of here. Okay. There's the push. That looks good. It's a good start. But let's see if we get pushed back down. I liked it to begin with, but we're getting rejected. New 30-minute candle. Just give us enough room for the spread here. So I still like this for pushing up. It's still looking like we big move up, came down. We're pushing, we're trying to push up, but we keep getting rejected. This is it. Markets are pretty volatile right now, moving pretty good. So we could get knocked out and then it sucks back up. Like the way it's moving right now, we could see price just go and then go. Like would not surprise me here because the way it's jumping around. Yeah, we're stopped out for 62. Oh man, got slipped out there. All right, so maybe we got in a little too early. We did have a good look. Maybe we didn't wait for it to come down long enough because now maybe we now maybe it sucks back up, right? Like like maybe now is when we get back in, which would irritate me because that was yeah. So here's our actual retest. Probably should have had our stop below there, admittedly. If so, we'll definitely be making a mark of that in my journal. But yeah, oof. All right, well, is what it is. Yeah, probably should have had a like wider stop loss. Dow is doing absolutely nothing, just consolidating. Check that out. Red, green, red, green, red, green, red, just barcoding. Looked like it's going profit. It did look good. Like I actually don't regret the trade. The only thing I regret is maybe not having a wide enough stop loss. We did wait patiently for it to come down to almost touch the 9 at that point. So yeah, maybe just slightly wider stop loss. But other than that, I don't regret that trade. Waited for the candle even turn green. So at that point, no one can blame us for that. So I want to go long again because of this rejection, but I don't really feel that I can go long with all of this consolidation here on the left. So I'm just going to be patient. And Dow isn't going anywhere, so like I don't even really know right now. Just we're gonna need to wait for things to become a little bit more clear. Since I thought we waited for there and we got a nice move, which we did. It came down green, like good move. Should have put stop loss, honestly. Yeah, down here. Like, why would you put it here? We were expecting price to come down here and retest it. Although with that momentum, I figured it wouldn't. I don't know. Good, bad. I don't know. Here it goes. Yeah, I should have just had a wider stop loss. we now have these big reject. We have now have these wicks rejecting up here as well. So did we just come up and now we're gonna go short? I don't know. So there we see Dow breaking out finally. So let's see if we can get a retest on Dow. Uh, yeah, that's okay. That's okay. Yep, should have had a wider stop loss. We weren't quite patient enough, because we could have entered then somewhere like right here, and then yeah, rode it up. So that's okay. So what I'm watching for though, and what I want to be careful of, is that Dow doesn't just come up here, pick up stops, and then shoot back down. That's really frustrating to me because we had the right idea, but that's okay. Lesson learned, we should have waited longer. Like we could have entered there, but if we did, should have been down there, or we should have waited for a retest. Oh, it's okay. Dang, such a nice move. All right, I'm in Dow long, following along with Dax, which is the only reason why I'm doing it. Should have waited though, 'cause now it's gonna come down for its retest. And that was a FOMO trade. Bought an impulse candle, didn't wait for the retest. This may be a very quick and out, guys. Let's see where they close this in 15 seconds. But yeah, that was me getting in on FOMO. Not wanting to miss out on the big move that Dax is doing, which is honestly why a lot of times we encourage you to trade only one pair at a time. So we're opening red. Let's see what happens. Like I said, after the move today, I'm definitely bullish. But so I just went in with another one, so I'm moving my stop loss so that I don't have too much risk. But with that big pop up, with that retest, I've now entered, put my stop loss a little higher. So we're gonna see. I may close it too. We'll see. I'm just watching. This is that stop loss. So I'm putting that one at $10. And then I'm putting my original one at, well, let's put it 38. Put that one down there. 13. 35. Yeah, with that, because we're taking tight, but I'm hoping to just see this push out of here now. So if not, we're gonna be out. But 13. Let's see. DAX trying to make new highs. Dow pushing. Dow really pushing. Big push. At break even on one. There's the push. Let's see if we can now run with this thing for a while. So currently in with 5 lots. I've moved my risk to, my risk is now is $40. So if I lose this, I'm down 1%. Um, I would expect price to come down here. So actually, let's put this below just in case it comes and retests at 15, and then put this one at 35. There we go. So a total of 50. So now let's let it run, see what happens. That means that if it comes down, where is our stop loss? Let's move our stop loss. Our stop loss is essentially right there. So nice push. Let's see if we can continue pushing out of here though now. Got momentum on our side. I do like this trade. We might have entered a little early, but then we enter a second time. Like normally I wouldn't do that, but I just because of the way this is moving and the fact that we're very bullish right now, I'm hoping it works out for us. Like we're clearly in a very bullish market. So still pushing up. Big push up. I've not moved my stops yet. Maybe should, but I want to see this push, and we could expect it to come down and test our entry point here, which honestly that was our first entry point. So I could move that stop to break even. Right? So let's move our stops to break even, honestly. No, why would we do that? Come on. So we're coming down. This is what we would expect, but let's see, come down half of this candle. I manage my trades way too much, but half of this candle, and now let's see if we can continue to push on out of here. We definitely have momentum on our side. We could expect a retracement, but I would expect this to possibly hold. Our stop is below. Where is our stop now? I moved it. Our stop is somewhere like there or whatever. So kind of just consolidating up here. Like we could get out, but why would we get out when we've got momentum on our side? And so I'm hoping we can see a little. I'd like to see this keep shooting up, but let's be careful. Let's watch and see. If not, we can possibly close this one manually if we don't like where it is. Let's look at our 15-minute. Yeah, so again, half of that candle. Let's refresh it so we can see what we've got. This should be a 15-minute. That should be a 15-minute. So again, trying, but now pushing up with momentum. Let's see if this is enough. Let's see if that was a little pullback. Now let's see if we can close out of it, push out of here. It's hard to watch your it's hard to watch even for me, man. It's hard for you to watch your profits come and go. But I'm still in this, trying to see if we can push this up. As I said, we're in a bullish market right now. Like we just flew yesterday. That momentum, I'd like to see that momentum carry. There we go, trying to break that previous high over here. I'd like to see it break that wick. Just need to see this push a little bit more. Come on. Killing me here. So consolidating. So what we need to see this is this push. So 30 seconds left on this candle. Let's see, like Doji, indecision. Let's see where they close it. As long as we can close above here. Um, Again, we could push down a little bit and then push back up, but DAX is pushing new highs. So let's see if Dow can follow. There we go, pushing up. See if we can make a new high. Pushing. All right, I'm moving my stop losses to break even. So let's see what happens. There we go. So now I'm moving to stop loss break even. Let's see if we can break this high though. There we go. Now let's see if we can ride this bad boy. Debating whether to close now. Does seem like we're rejecting a little bit up there. I'll close it if we hit 50 or not. Why? That's FOMO. I'm already at stop loss, break even, so why not just let it run? No indicating shows that it's reversing. Let's just be patient. Come on. I don't really have a target right now. That's the thing. So, like, let's look at the 15. So we're trying to break above again. Like to see it break a little bit higher. DAX is continuing to push. Rejecting a little bit on Dow, but we've been trying to push. We haven't been able to break down. We did make a new higher high just on this 1 minute candle. So let's see where we keep going. All right. Well, let's see. We could see it scooch back up too, though, so not really too concerned. We're gonna have to pull back at some point, so let's just be patient. It's a nice rejection, honestly. They tried to break down and couldn't. DAX still pushing hard. So let's see where we close in the next minute. I think it's going to be pretty important here. If we can close up here, great. If we close down here, probably going to push down. So let's see what happens here. So we're trying to push it down. 30 seconds left. All right, we're still in this trade. Just a little bit of indecision right now. Did not make a new lower low. Just gonna try to right now though. I essentially have a my break even is in the middle now. I kind of just matched the two. But let's see if we can push out now. Okay, it turned green for a minute. Let's see what keeps happening. If I got a new hourly candle coming up here. So it'd be interesting if we could push out here now. Like it does look like a decent pullback. So let's see though. If it drops down, we're out of it. It's okay. DAX is still pushing. Would have been a lovely trade that we just got stopped out of here. So we gave it our best shot. Still in this. Just consolidating right now. Like I'm seeing some indications we might try to push up. Like there we go. DAX still pushing up. I'd love to see Dow push up now, make a new higher high here. All right, moving that stop loss to back to break even because that's now another swing low here. So if it drops back down, we're probably going to be out of it. But nice, that's what we need to see. Let's see if we can keep this momentum going now with this candle. Like that's a great momentum candle now. Flying up, DAX flying up. Okay, so let's see now. Moving that one into profit. We need to break this. Again, kind of keeping an eye on it because we kind of had a top here, so I'd like to see it really push out here. Like that was a good momentum candle. We've got 150 left on this hourly. Let's see. It's trying to break this. Let's see if we can break the high. There it is. Momentarily break, but did make a new higher high. It does not look like it on here, but it definitely does on MetaTrader. I saw 80, which I had not seen 80 before, so let's keep an eye on it here. It's been a bit of a stressful trade. Been in a lot longer than I usually like being in trades, but if we reject it now, we're just gonna have like a resistance point here, right? Like DAX though, just flying. I'm hoping that we can follow suit on this. So 58 seconds left. Let's see where they close it. I'm getting ready to close everything. Like if I can close it and just take what we got, like I'm not gonna fuss. Um, but like it's shaping up like it could push out of here, and I really would like to see like last 30 seconds is gonna be important. It's hard to tell right now. Like we've rejected it a couple times, got a couple wicks up there, but we had that big momentum move up. So I don't want to be premature. DAX still flying, so I'm hoping that Dow will follow. Not really doing anything right now. Closing in 13 seconds. Let's see where they close it. Would love to see it close above the red. See what happens on the new hourly. Do we push out of here or do we drop back down? So let's see. Opened up red, but going green. Waiting to see if we can push here, because if not, we're going to drop down. So right now we're pushing down. So now we're just consolidating. Mini support and resistance zone up here. It's just trading in between them. This is just consolidation. Oh, I do like that though. Come on. So let's see if we can push. I figured it was going to stop us out for sure. New New high, and we're pushing. There we go. Now I'm really interested if we're just gonna snap back or not. So, and we're snapping back, yeah. All right, I'm out. I'm just consolidation. It's anyone's guess now. So it'll probably keep going up now. It did make a new higher high. Was that me FOMO? Probably. Because, yeah. There it is. That's $100 right now if we'd stayed in instead of 60. But I just don't like this rejection. One, two, three. It came up, did big move, but just rejected again. So if we end today break even, like I'm not gonna fuss, man. Well, with this bigger giant, look at that. Now we look like geniuses. Whatever. We did give it time to try to go up, and we just didn't see it. Rejected that real quick. So it still could go back up, but whatever. Is what it is. Now again, I can't do anything until like, there's just a humongous uptrend. Dow is breaking down, but where would you be able to short? Maybe under there then? Like there, honestly, in all honesty. Like that's where we have these wicks rejecting and stuff. So honestly, I would need to see that. Hey, Mom. Yeah, you can use mine. I actually just sent you Maria's too. So I just responded to your text. Yeah, yeah, you don't need to put F5 or anything. No, no need. No problem. Thanks, Mom. Bye. Uh, so let's see here. It'd be nice to end positive, but I don't want to end negative. So we're at break even now, essentially $3. That's break even for me. Um, it's honestly tempting for me to want to get in long on Dow DAX and just like go long here. Just try to keep riding the momentum, but we're overbought. And then Dow looks like it could be breaking down. So I say that as it flies up. So, whatever. Still a lot of consolidation for Dow. So that's honestly why I got out. Like we gave it a chance, but it couldn't go. Came all the way back down to here, our entry point. So I'm happy with it. We gave it a chance, and then when we saw that actual rejection of the higher high, we just got out. So let's see. But I'm leaning towards we're gonna start breaking down now, at least for a while. We got to cool off a little bit. Getting price action right now sucks. Like you don't want to be trading this garbage. What's our 15 look like? All right. Yeah, all right. How about on the hourly? Yeah, a lot of movement. Like you don't like shorting this is pretty unless you're trying to just short it to half of like it's a dangerous thing. But yeah, right now nothing's moving much like DAX. Oh, that's so disappointing that we missed out on essentially a 4 hour move. All because we weren't quite patient enough. Yeah, right now we don't have much going on, so we're just sitting waiting. And I'm a bit interested in Dow short just because of all this consolidation. And now if it broke down, like you could short it just down to here. But yeah, I'm lucky on Dow because we did get in, right? Like we should have waited for the pullback. Like we could have entered maybe here or something. I think I moved my line that was up here. But anyways, there's our big breakdown. But the problem is never did give us much of a pullback. And I mean, shorting here is a bit silly because this is just like you'd be going long, right? Think about it. Honestly, you shouldn't be thinking about shorting until it's below 50%, even down here. So honestly, I'm not gonna trade. If it comes down here, it bounces, and we can short it around here. But until then, it's a big candle. Would have been nice to be in on that candle. DAX not really following suit. Feel like it's frozen. What's wrong with Pepperstone? Whatever. Doesn't look like it's moving. Yeah, not moving. Just gonna have to draw my own lines here. Huge move down, so we did get out at the right time. But wow, coming all the way down now. What's German? About time. Let's see if our charts are finally updating. They are. Good. All right. So let's see what we've got here. Now, where we close here is important because we've closed above this green line, then we can just push back up. We close below it, pull up, retest half of this candle, and then push down, then we're going short. But we could also just bounce off this, which honestly, check this out. This essentially is support. We could bounce off this support now. Keep going long. DAX just now is testing the 9. And see where we close in the next 30 seconds. So let's see where we close. We are kind of rejecting, bouncing off this support. So if so, we possibly could be aiming up for another long. We at least have a good hypothesis for why we would feel that we should go long. They'll probably close. It's probably going to close. And when I say they'll, just let me use the word. I don't mean anything in particular. I don't believe there's a secret person or the secret algorithm. Let's see here. Now, is this going to just be retest half the candles I said and then we push back down? Or are we going to start pushing back up? That is the question. It's hard to tell. You're going to have to be patient. So US 30, admittedly, that to me is looking a bit short, but It's right on this line, right? And it hasn't made a new lower low yet. So it could just bounce down here, then bounce back up, and then we're thinking long. So like when it's in an area where 1 second's going to make me think, oh, it's going short or long, I probably shouldn't be trading it, right? So we should wait until it comes down here. Again, hard to short something when it's way up here. We don't really have any support or resistance zones up here. So like it's just this could just be cooling off before it keeps pushing higher. So right now, we've just got to be patient. Was nice, but remember we've gotten ourselves in these a couple times where you just as soon as it turns red, but you're buying it at the support, so it just doesn't make sense. So it wasn't a good one. If it closed down here, then we did it. It would have been a bit better, it looked better. But when it closes right here, you can't like we've gotten burned for that. So better just sit out. As I said, we're now currently just sitting at break even for the day, which I'm happy with. Like we can't complain about a break even day. But now that we're down here, now if we come up, retest, and start rejecting, then we're talking. I don't like this entry though. I have to journal about it. I entered too early. I didn't wait for a pullback. Because on this trade, I entered like yeah, like right there. I should have waited for the pullback and entered like here. Could have had a stop loss here or here, but then yeah. So, anyways, not wait for any pullback. So broke my own rules there. We could have called this a pullback if we wanted and then hopped in. Doable. Yeah, we just sell it off. But again, is it somewhere where you can short yet? Not really, because if check this out. So if you do this, essentially I'll need to see more before I short. We could also bounce off of this and keep going up. 10 seconds left on this candle, which would have been a nice candle. But again, it was just right on that line. Not really our style. We're not here to take a bunch of stupid trades. So I'm happy with a break even day over a a fail losing day. So we could also bounce here. Looks like it's going to have other plans, but like it would be a logical place for it to possibly bounce back up. don't want to short this right here, right on this level. Like now it's gone, but we haven't really had any retracement either. So we could expect price to retrace. So like if you expect price to retrace to here, you shouldn't be buying, selling down here. You need to wait for it to come back. So Dow is now bounced. DAX is now bouncing. As I said, if this gets up here, I'd be interested in going long. Just because, yeah. I'm in. So we're gonna take that off the bounce and see if we can get it up to there. That was a big momentum move. As I said, I wish I entered a little earlier, but the thing is, I could just get out now, down $8, but I like how it looks. It's a nice bounce. Could expect to take it up to here. Wow, slippage killed us. 58 stop loss when I entered that. That's just from slippage and everything. So is what it is. Does look pretty good. Got some nice momentum. 1 minute left. Ran with 3.6. A lot of momentum going up, so we are entering with momentum. Yeah, there we go. So let's see. As I said, wish I'd maybe entered a bit tighter, a little earlier, but honestly, I'm happy with how we got in. Entered right on that. Got up. Now let's see here with another new candle. Probably come down, retest. That's okay. But let's see if we can then keep pushing up. We entered with momentum off of this support, so it could come down farther. And then we just get a bigger candle, which is fine. But I do like how that looks. Closed above the 9, came down a little retest. Now let's see if we can keep pushing. This will probably be my last trade of the day. Instead, we entered with momentum. We lose this one, then we're going to end down. But I do like how we entered with momentum. Kind of off this line again. Didn't quite reach it, but that's okay. We did close above the 9, had a lot of momentum going up. So let's see if we can continue to push on out of here. Right now we've stalled, which is a bit worrisome. Pushing down on this chart because the other chart's frozen. And we're about to get stopped out. Stupid charts aren't working today, folks. Apologies, but anyways, all right, we're going back up now. Let's see if that was just a retest. I wish I had my charts with some drawings on it. Hasn't moved at all. That's Dax over there doing something. I don't know. Anyway, I guess we'll watch. I guess we're in it right now here, so we'll just watch this one. Let me put where we are here. We got in right about here. We're aiming for up there. Stop here. One moment. Hello. 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 Hey, did you just try calling me? I am, but I can be done soon. No, not at all. Okay, and I am back. Let me see, get my volume back up where it should be. Sorry about that. My wife, we're expecting a baby here end of this month, so she was having her doctor's appointment, so just checking in. Should I have gone short here? I don't know. As I said, with that big one, I was good, but then with this rejection and combined with this, combined with Dow falling down, I figured I could go in short. So that's what I'm currently in. We'll see. I mean, yeah, we'll see. Like we could see it bounce here, or we could just see it keep falling off. I'd like to see it keep falling off. Dow looks like it's going to fall off. DAX looks like we're consolidating and trying, but I'm keeping an eye on it. Like, honestly, I'll go to break even here, so at least we don't lose anything if it comes back up. But I would expect it to come up half of this candle, perhaps. So I'm just kind of want to give it room. There we go. Okay. So now we're in free fall, which is this is nice. So let's see um, if we can keep this going now. We've got 2.5 minutes left. Could also bounce here, so just trying to be cognizant of that. Big jump up, pushing back down. Dow's continuing to try to push down. DAX trying to still push down. Big push. Still pushing. See where we close in the next minute. So we're opening up green, but let's see if we close below this green line or above it. Could just shoot up. I'm tempted to get out, just be positive on the day. Would be 1R. Usually what I try to take a trade at, but I'd like to see it keep breaking down. But we are right on this green line here. So let's look at the 15. Decent movement at the 15. Kind of coming back up. Nice rejection. Let's see if we can push down a little farther. 15 seconds left. Let's see where we close. All right, now let's see what happens. New 5 minute candle, push up a little bit and then reject. That's what I'd like to see. Let's figure out where my actual everything is because I just stuck this in. So I did enter right there on one. We are rejecting. Like to see it make a new lower low here. Continue to push down. Get below this green line. There we go. So we're still falling now. 90. I'm about ready to exit here. Just 1.5 hours is fine for me. So got my finger on the trigger. I'm still waiting to see if it'll just keep falling though. So 90 flashing. If it's 75, I'm closing. We're out. 75. Good enough for me. Probably going to keep going, right? Come up, retest, and then go down. But honestly, if it does that, we could get in again. Because for me, that's nice. There we go. 6%, 0.6% again today. We had to work for it, right? We had to work for it. I am a little worried because we haven't had a bit more. I would have liked to see a bit more of a pullback here. It's probably going to keep going. Honestly, analysis says, so why am I getting out? That's a good problem. Question. I think I definitely trade different when my account's in the negative. So now that I'm up out of the negative, maybe it'll help. Because yeah, then that would have been $100 right there. But yeah. Yeah, that's all. Slightly got out early. Bam. Dang. Should have trusted my analysis, but that's okay. Like, why am I unhappy with a 0.6 day? I shouldn't be. But let's keep an eye on this because if we come up, we close here, come up and retest, and then come back down. Like I'm curious, I'm interested. I'm interested. Dow is an interesting spot as well because if we drop a little farther, retest, like we could fill this whole section as well. So now let's see if we can get a retest here on Dow. DAX. I really like this now actually. If we can come up, maybe right here, and then start rejecting down, that's something I'd be actually very interested in getting back in on. Come up, retest this, stop loss above that wick, and then we aim to come down to here. So again, for me, I'd be looking to take that. That would be my trade, but we have a lot of downward momentum right now. So down a lot of downward pressure. Dow's still breaking down, but let's see if we can get this. Let's see if we can get it to come up here and somewhere, and then start rejecting back down. I need to look at where that stop would be here, because we got a little bit to play with now, right? So we made 60, so we're gonna end positive on the day. When the market's moving this nicely, I would hate to just not do anything with it. So let's see. This is kind of where I'd like to enter. I'd like to see it come past this a little bit first. Then we're aiming for that wick down there, which is right here. Or not. There. Looks like I froze again. Dang it. Let me just see where my stupid line is so I can know what I'm doing. Essentially have one here, right? Yeah. So we're testing. We're testing. Let's just see what happens. So entered in late, but Pokey Shamoki. Stop loss to break even already. It's flying. Now sometimes these things just fly back. That's okay. We'll hit and we'll just stop out. But otherwise, let's see if we can ride this thing for a little bit. Beautiful rejection. But yeah, entered in a little late, so it moved so fast. Big candle. But I love how this looks. Let's look at this on the 5 and see. Yeah, see the wick. I'd have to put my stop up there. I don't really want to put my stop up there. But that's fine. Let's just see what happens. This is like bonus anyway, right? So let's just see if we can get it down there. If not, that's fine. Stop out. Like, oh, okay, this getting stopped out. A lot of volatility. See if we can keep pushing down. Didn't come up. I'd expect it to come up maybe half of that candle, which is right where our stop is, honestly. But that's fine with me. New candle. Yeah, I wish I'd been watching it better. We're about to get stopped out. That's okay. To retest. I will want to get back in though, so should we risk like $10? Let's risk $10. Just give it a little room. Because that was a big move. I would like to give it some room to be able to go back, to come up a little bit, and then drop back down to our target here. So, not giving it room is just not even fair. So we could give it 20 even. There we go. Moving to break even now with that big candle coming down. Gonna see now. Let's see if we can follow this down. So, let's see. Maybe rejecting here. Let's see. Yeah, come on. Let's see if we can fill that wick at least to the left. 30. Let's see if we can keep pushing. I may be getting out for the day. Ooh, that's just gonna come back up. Let's see. Again, big move. Let's see if we can push down. I may just get out now and just take it. Take what I've got, but yeah, come on. It's pushing. Alright, I'm out. I need to be done here anyways. So yeah, as I get out. So we got out early here. Could have stayed in and rode it down to here for more, but we got back in on a nice pullback. 0.9% for the day. I ain't complaining. Okay. Let me consolidate this here. All right. Well, hey, hopefully you join me. Bit of a wild ride, some crazy trades, but overall,